There comes a time where your mind may not just be feeling it, where your mind is just fully distracted, where it's just overloaded with info, where it even hurts just to think properly, where it hurts to just make actual progress for what you need to do. They may not realize it at first, but your mind has been hijacked. And it's been hijacked by full of doubt, comfort, and full of unnecessary distractions that are distracting you from where you need to go. And an example can be you not completing what you set out to do for the day, for missing maybe two tasks, procrastinating a little bit. You're complaining over actually wanting to make progress just because it may hurt and you may be adjusted to procrastination. Trust me, there will be times where your mind will try to procrastinate. It will. And when you're in that state of comfort, when your mind is in that state of comfort, as I said, you're worrying over not being fully disciplined. And let's just say if you work out, you're going to complain about that. You will. Throughout everything that I just said, you're in a state of comfort without even realizing. Think about it. When your mind's unaligned, when it can't really focus more properly, how is the rest of the day going to go like? And when your mind is in comfort mode, it just wants to be comfortable, relaxed, and just be eased by any single pleasure it can gain easily. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. If your mind is settling more towards comfort rather instead of actual progress, all I can say is this: you are walking in a path that looks beautiful from the outside, but inside it's actually torture. Let me explain why. Remember, your mindset is what makes you you. The thoughts you have, the discipline you have probably built yourself within. That's how you will see the world through your lens. That's how. All of us see the world in a different way. We all do. And you might have a mindset that is maybe more focused, trained, and disciplined, which is a very good thing to have nowadays. Because I can say this, no one really has that. But even with that, even with you having discipline, having knowing what to do every day, and actually putting the progress in. As I said earlier, you may feel lost at times. You may will. That when a certain time hits, your mind pulls you from under the rug, come up with thoughts and worries that you may have never had before. I say this because I have been through that experience myself. I have. On one block, I'm focused on my schedule. I'm doing what I need to do. And then the second block, I start to worry over wasting time and just distracting myself from what I actually need to do. Using time up to instead of actually putting in the work. Having your mind distracted and lost over what it needs to do is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because of course it does show you that you want to actually progress, that you want to go forward, because it does show that you want to progress, they actually want to move forward, but your mind is fully trained on things that you know are pulling you back, that you know is not making you progress anytime soon. Now, I'm not going to say that you need to eliminate every single distraction from your life because that will just literally waste time that you can properly use. And genuinely, I don't think you want to spend that much time trying to kill off distractions when they could just come back any moment towards you. So that is why, instead of doing that, going through that ruthless process that may not work at all for you, I want you to master them. I want you to control them, to handle them more properly than you had before. And this can lead you into winning or not. One way to win the day can be to calm down. But while it may be still effective, you may not be able to calm down most of the time because you may be busy with a task or some or work you have to do. But I want you to mainly focus on doing this every single night. All right. So every single night, starting tonight, when you're watching this video, when you do start to wind down for the day, I want you to and reflect on the day. Now, it may seem cliche and it may seem like you're wasting time, but let me explain why. Now, usually, when you end off the day, when you're fully finished, what do you end it off with? A, without your phone, or B, scrolling. Two options can either make your day more good or more worse, and you're making that decision right now. And it does so by you actually planning out what are you going to do for the next day. And it does so by literally planning how your day is going to be. Because I'm going to be honest about something. You can either plan out the next day yourself, listing out what you need to do every single day, or you'll just know what to do the next day. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna forget and you might procrastinate on them. I'm just gonna be honest, because I used to do that as well. I would say that I would do something in the morning, but then 9 times out of 10, because I didn't write that down, I did not do that at all. And when I say that spending time on your phone is bad at night, I say this because your mind is in autopilot. Your mind is not properly thinking on what it actually wants to do for the day. Your mind will just make up a quick thought and say, yeah, I'll do that. But in reality, if you don't actually think on what you need to do for the next day, it will not try to plan out. Your mind will just stay focused on your phone, and it will stay like that until you decide to actually change, which is what you're going to do now, I hope. And that's why instead of spending time at night before you go to sleep doing this, I want you to grab a notebook, a pen or a pencil, and start to write down how your day was overall. Just start with what you have done for today. Don't make it too abrupt. Don't list out every single detail because that would just take forever. Just list out the basic idea of what you have done. What you're essentially doing, you're writing a summary on what you have done throughout. You're just writing a simple summary. Nothing bad. And I'm gonna be honest. While you write down a summary of what you did for the day, you're forcing your mind to actually think on what it has done for the day, making your mind more clear on what you did, more precise on what truly happened that day, and more calm. More calm. Because have you ever had those days where you try to go to sleep but your mind just had a bad headache? Well, while you journal, you're emptying out your mind. You're clearing out your mind by making it think on what it has done so that it doesn't have to worry about it. And with that, it's easier for you to sleep more because your mind is not fixated on what it has done today because you wrote it down. Trust me, I have been journaling for a good while now, and I can say I've gotten better sleep. I have. I want you to write down 2 lists. One list will be about the improvements that you have done. Just basically writing down what you have improved on, whether it be maybe discipline, self-control, whatever. And then the other list will be about the struggles that you have faced for today. Like the actual struggle that you have done, that you have faced. Whether it may be struggling with discipline, maybe you were procrastinating a little bit. Focus on that. Okay? Not only this is beneficial to write down, you are actively making your mind think of your strengths and your weaknesses. And with this can make your mind more eager to actually want to do better and cannot be flawed because it knows it has discipline, self control, this, that, and third. Like, for example, here's an example on screen. So one side can say that they improved on discipline, and the other can be that they struggled on time management. When you write this, you don't have to write down everything that you struggle with, as what I said for you, not writing down literal pages of what you have done for today. Just write down what I would say 3. I want you to write down 3 bullet points of just anything that you struggle with for that day. Anything that you improved on and anything that you struggled on. Just write down 3. Because when you write these down, I want you to properly think on what you could genuinely improve on when you wake up tomorrow. The second that you wake up, I want you to genuinely think, what can I improve on? You may not get a clear answer at first when you're actually thinking about it, but when you do, write it down. Write down a section saying one thing. It could be one thing, 2 things. To write down something that you will improve on. It could be anything from meditating more, calming down more, spending less time on your phone, or waking up 5 to 10 minutes more early. Just you having a small goal in mind every single day. It gives you, and I mean this, it gives you a sense of clarity, so you're not wondering what to do, and it makes you actually want to take action. And remember, this all depends on what you genuinely think of what you did for the day, of what you actually have done. When you're finally done writing down the struggles and the improvements that you made on, and after you wrote down one thing that you for the next day, get a sticky note or make another section and write down a couple of tasks that you will do in the morning that aligns with what you want to improve on. Trust me. Like, for example, if you want to improve on time management, right? Do tasks that you know are easy and that you know you can do quickly, and do them without taking any rest, without taking like a minute break, or just do them. And trust me, just by doing those tasks, you are already improving on time management. Literally that. All right. And with that, while you write down those tasks, just plan out how tomorrow's gonna be. Plan out what you're gonna do, because when you actually wake up the next day, when you look at your notebook of what you write down, of what you wrote down, the summary of yesterday, of what past you said about wanting to improve on today. When you see that, you will actually want to focus, and when you actually put the focus, you will build up what you want to build up. So I ask of you this, please take action now with this, because I'm telling you this. The second that you wake up and look at that notebook, the thought of you procrastinating, you being lazy, will instantly be killed. Instantly, I say. All right. Remember, you don't have to be perfect with this. You just have to be willing to make a change in what you do every day. All right. There's one single improvement day after day. What you're doing now, most people won't do. And when you decide to actually plan out what you will tomorrow, as soon as your eyes open, you already have a goal that you must overcome for you. And just you planning out for the day, it gets you ahead of most people who don't even know what to do when they wake up tomorrow, who just live day after day with no structure at all. That's all that I have to say for today. So make sure to work out when needed to. See your own struggles and improve off of them, and stay consistent with it. I've been doing this, like I said, for a good while now. From what I can say, it is very beneficial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you, my friend, in the next one. Peace.